Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Chief Vlog and Entertainment. Please, if you are new to this channel, kindly click the red subscribe button so that I get updated anytime I drop a video. Today I'm going to be talking about a very popular person whom we all know as the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party for the 2020 general election. No other person than Abubakar. His Excellency Atiku Abubakar. So I'm going to be giving you a brief history of Atiku Abubakar on how he made his money. So I won't be detailing some things so that people won't start doubting and say, "Where's my evidence?" and so on. Everything all the research I got is from a well documented source. You can get the research from Google. You can get some of my research from Vanguard newspaper, This Day newspaper as well, and other articles as well. Also from live interview which he granted to some press. You can also get my research from there. So now, Atiku Abubakar made his money while he was in customs. So he has already started making little money while he was in customs. So I will narrate how it happened. Now, Atiku Abubakar came to Lagos as at that time 1969-1970 to join the custom. So he trained for 2 years after being certified. So he joined the custom as an officer, not as a recruit. Those days you don't need BSc to become an officer. So he was a full officer in custom. So he served that time in Semeboda, the boundary between Lagos and Cotonou. So Cotonou and Nigeria has so many borders. So this one was in Lagos, which we normally call Semeboda, the boundary between Lagos and Cotonou. So now, in that border, he was a young guy that time. So he was just observing that people have been moving goods and services, and some people find it difficult to move their goods and services, and this is a kind of way of making money, and there are not much people doing this business of logistics. So he decided to get a car. That time he took loan and he bought a car that time. So he put that car on hire purchase, one of those cars on hire purchase, and the remaining ones he leased them out. So those cars now, as they were on the road, they were bringing income as expected. So money was coming as at that time. This business was booming that time because there are not much moving goods. Imagine buying 100 bags of rice from Cotonou. You can't bring it into Nigeria, it will be very hard. So all these things, you just charge the person and you make gain. So he has been doing all these minor things and he made good money as at that time. So after that, there was another business he was doing in his hometown, which is Yola, and also in Lagos as well. So from the research we got, we saw that he had estate in Adamawa State. When we talk about estate, we are not talking about small estate, we are talking about big estate. So if you check Google now, you will see that it's one of the most he own most of the estate in Yola. He has the biggest estate in Yola, Adamawa capital. So he invested it at a very young time, at a very young age. So he invested in real estate, he built houses and rented out. Also, after doing that, he invested in farming. So he engaged in agriculture. I think he invested in beverages as well. So but along the line, that agricultural business did not go as planned. So he had to drop the idea of agricultural business. So he had to drop it. So how Atiku paved way and become who he is today, a billionaire today, is what I'm about to tell you guys now. So when Atiku was in custom, there have been some speculation that this man is stealing money, he's conniving with the bad people, smuggling, some kind of let me just say imagination that have not been proven true. So this Atiku met an Italian businessman that time in the port. As a custom officer, you meet people that do logistics very well. So he met that Italian businessman. He was into logistics. He was the owner of Nicotis. As at that time, Nicotis, you can Google it. So That time Nikoti was a big logistic firm, an Italian man. So that Italian man now met him and said, my friend, if you can join us, let's partner and do this business well. Since you are into custom, you understand the logistics and all that, you can come and join my company. We can partner and we can do well in this business. Atiku thought about it, and he was partnering while working in custom. So and he was making good money. So people were now speculating, this man, we need to investigate. Even up to the stage that some dignitaries in the Nigeria military head of state that time were starting to make some kind of let me just put it like kind of investigation on him. So so Atiku now decided to step down as a custom officer. He just retired as a custom officer so that there will be no form of allegation of corruption and all that. So he retired as a custom officer. So when he retired as a custom officer, he now went into this narcotics business full time. So after gaining entrance into the narcotics, it was alleged that the company was changed to Intes. Not alleged, the company has been changed now to Intes, while Atiku owns 70% of the business. You know, 70% of that business means that you take responsibilities of decision, you make decision, and you take responsibility of loss. Let me say higher loss or so. So there's a way they will share it. I won't start involving myself in what I can't give clue about. So Atiku now gained entrance into this business full time. I was in charge of this business. So that was where this business thrived and made Atiku a billionaire. And if you check Intel now, Intel is a group of companies. Intel involves logistics, oil. You know that Intel, why he took over the company is because he owns some oil well as well. So he expanded that business more. Maybe after he became vice president, he expanded the business more. You understand? But the business was mainly on logistics. The business has gone into construction as well. They are also into construction. They are also into logistics in the whole of West Africa and Africa at large, to other countries as well. So it's a very big business. You know, anything logistics, moving of goods is a very lucrative business, especially when you are moving oil, using vessel to move oil from one country to another, shipping goods. You know, shipping, all those business are very lucrative. So that is one of the things that made him a billionaire. And I heard that when he finished as a vice president, before he finished, he sold some oil wells to private individuals who are connected to him. That means he owns some refineries, some oil wells. I beg your pardon. So Atiku is a billionaire. So I will still talk about Peter Obi, how he made his billions or his millions. So just subscribe to my channel and get updated to my channel. I will still be dropping good stuff about this presidential candidate. But I don't know much about Asiwaju. Asiwaju is just let me not say much before the Asiwaju supporters start coming for me. So on my next report, my next video, I'm going to be giving you a detailed report of Obi. I know very much about Obi, very well. I can tell you from A to Z about Obi. So just stay tuned to my channel, try and subscribe to my channel, and as you subscribe, go subscribe to your life as well. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you.